Hello, thanks for tuning in. It's Stuart here, classical record collector, and I've got two unboxings to do, so I thought I'd do them both in one video. One is this, something which I know that it's just one record in here. I mean, look how thick the package is as well. It's one record in here, so I'm going to unbox that one first, and then I've got another one. I don't know, for those of you who look on eBay, there are a lot of sellers who are doing like a random collection of records for a certain amount of money, and I've bought, how many records? A blind selection of 25 for I think about £10, including shipping, 10 or £11. I don't know, I thought it would be fun to sort of see what they send me, and a bit of a laugh, and it will probably help you guys if you ever thought about going for a random collection, whether it's actually worth it. I suspect it won't be, but what the hell, for £10 I get 25 records. In the worst case scenario, there might be a few that I can use that I can give the rest to a charity shop, and it will make for an interesting video. So first of all, the record that I know what's in here, so let's just go for it. While I'm opening it, it's amazingly packed, this is. I mean, a really kind of thick box for one record. I've never had such a, I don't know whether you can hear there's a police car going past my flat. I hope it doesn't come through too loud on this this new microphone that I've bought. There's not really much I can do about that. I just happen to live literally just around the corner from a police station, and I'm on the route for police cars to go past my flat. So, okay, so here we are. It opens very nicely. Just to say, on the A-B comparison with the Plastic Letters Blondie, I'm going to be announcing fairly soon which is which, and just to say that most of you, more than 50% of you, were able to say which one was the CD and which one was the LP. So I suppose that's not too surprising, but having said that, a lot of you did get it wrong as well, and said that I expect that's the LP because it sounds better. So you came to it with a bias. You thought, well, whichever one sounds better is going to be the LP, and you got it wrong. But we're going to learn something from this and discuss the results. So let's just say this though, that the CD did a lot better against my Riga 2 than M45's 100K turntable. It did a lot better. Okay, so let's just open this up. Yeah, I'll be revealing the results fairly soon. Yeah, this has been very well packed, by the way. Very good box, and there's a lot of bubble wrap in there, which I suppose at the end of the day, stiffeners are the most important thing, not bubble wrap. Because I mean, how is bubble wrap going to save a record from getting bent? Okay, well, let's have a look. Now, this is a record which I saw, and I made him a best offer. No, I clicked like on it. He made me an offer. I made him a counter offer. He mulled it over for a few days, and then he accepted it. So here it is. Here it is. Here it is. You'll see what it is. To be honest, yeah. So there it is. It's Lydia Mordkovitch playing Prokofiev's violin concertos. I've had this on CD. I've never actually seen the record, and when I did see this, my eyes popped out a bit because I've never seen the record. I didn't even know this appeared on LP, but there it is. And I think it was on sale for about £16, and I made an offer. I think I ended up getting it for about £12 plus shipping or something like that. So yeah, it's got an HMV label on it, by the way, which says £8.49. I suspect this record was for sale in the, when would it be, early 90s. It was produced in 1989, so okay, which is quite late for an LP, isn't it? 1989, and I'm not sure when Chandos stopped making LPs. I'm not sure, it probably wasn't too soon after that, but it's in absolutely superb condition. I'm really pleased to have it. I'm going to be making a video about Lydia Mordkovitch because I actually knew her, and we were on first name terms for a certain amount of time. I'll explain why later, but I you know, she was an amazing musician. I think she was the last important pupil of David Oistrakh, and I kind of collect her LPs when I can get them. So there we are, Lydia Mordkovitch playing Prokofiev violin concertos, and I'm really pleased to get that. I like the design on the cover and everything. So there we are. Okay, let's have a look then at this batch that I've bought. Oh, here it is. Wow, that's heavy. I'll tell you, he sent it by Hermes or Every, because obviously to send that by Royal Mail would cost like 30 quid. But one good thing about the Every, EVRI, is that they can shift a lot of weight relatively cheaply. So, you know, yeah, I mean, the way that he's packed this tells me that he's probably not used to selling records, but he's obviously got hold of a collection and he wants to shift them, and he's doing it by selling them in sort of blind lots, which actually isn't a bad way to do it. If you're prepared to accept like 50 pence a record, it's as good a way as any of getting rid of your collection, frankly. So here we go. Let's see if I got any sort of pleasant surprises, or are these all going to be sort of Marble Arch and I don't know, mono MFPs where there's a stereo, that kind of thing. Now somebody actually challenged me on a Westminster LP that I've got on Mozart, bassoon and clarinet concerto. It's a mono, and he said, oh, if that was stereo, that'd be worth some money. And my reply to that was that I didn't think there would be a stereo, and actually it turns out there wasn't a stereo, but he said, oh, stereo started coming out in 1954. No, they didn't. Yeah, RCA and Decca started making stereos you know, around 54, 55, but nobody had stereo decks in those days. So why would they release stereo records when nobody had stereo decks? They had to wait a few years, and I believe that Decca started releasing stereos in 1958, RCA about the same, HMV as well, and not in large numbers because most people just had mono. So I knew that that Westminster LP is a 54 recording. It would not have a stereo equivalent, it just wouldn't. So, okay. I mean, yeah, I admit I've got gaps in my knowledge, but certain key things like that, I do know about these things, about when stereos first came out and that sort of thing. Okay, so yeah, let's have a look here. So, okay, well, let's go through these. So, yeah, I got 25 records for what, about a tenner, including shipping. Let's see if there's anything at all. Well, first of all, we've got this Fontana. We've got Eau Claire playing Tchaikovsky's violin concerto, and we've got piano concerto with Jacques Klein. Well, I consider this to be okay, actually. Let's have a look at the condition, because it's obviously a reissue. Eau Claire is actually quite a sought-after violinist. It says 1965, 1966, so the violin concerto is from 1966. Robert Wagner. Now wait a minute, that name rings a bell. Okay. Let's have a look at the condition then. Actually, surprisingly, it's in really good condition. So I'm actually pleased with that. I mean, Tchaikovsky's two greatest concertos on one record, and Eau Claire playing the violin concerto. Can't complain about that at all. I mean, there are people that will pay £10 just for that alone. Never mind the rest of them. The jacket's in fair condition. Well, actually, I say VG plus or better. So, yep, that's a good one. Straight away, kicked off with a good one. Now, what have we got here? Sibelius, Alexander Gibson, RCA, Lemminkainen Legends. Actually, I've never had that, including the Swan of Tuonela. Yeah, I've never actually had this record. This one looks all right as well. Oh, yeah, okay. So the back of the jacket is in poor condition. Yeah, you can see that. I don't know what's up in there. You know what that looks to me like? That looks to me like some sort of crayon, like some child has actually crayoned on it or something, probably. I'm not sure. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's stereo. And as for the condition, well, it looks fine as well. I mean, I thought these would all be in poor condition, to be honest with you. because I thought that there's either a dealer or somebody out there that wants to shift all the records in poor condition, and I'll probably get them because there were no guarantees about the condition. So yeah, believe it or not, I'm actually pleased with that as well, even though the jacket is actually not in good condition on the back, but I can live with it. All right, well, John Williams' greatest hits. I mean, all right, I'm not really that pleased with this one. Yeah, okay, fair enough. John Williams, that one might be one for the charity shop. This one would be as well, the King's Singers. Yeah, that's a charity shop fair. It's going to the charity shop. This one looks better though. Stephen Bishop, Piano Concerto Number 3. You know, there are so many good jackets like that Prokofiev I showed you. Beautiful jacket. I mean, I don't know why they had to put a close-up shot of Stephen Bishop's face on this. I mean, all right, I mean, I suppose you could say he's a handsome guy, but I mean, to me, that looks absolutely horrible. You know, I mean, it'd be better actually if he was stood with the piano and he's standing next to the piano and he's in his concert gear and everything. And I mean, that is a completely tasteless jacket design. And I hope that, you know, what amuses me about my channel, when I start complaining about things like saying, oh, that's a tasteless design, somebody will leave a comment like saying, oh, you're just bitter, you're just a bitter old man, you know, go and get a life. Okay. No, I mean, I'm not bitter to say that that's a lousy design. I've seen it with Leonard Bernstein as well. They show a great big close-up of his, you know, ugly face on the front of a jacket. Okay, you could say it doesn't matter, you're buying it for the music, but you know, one of the things that we love about records is the jacket designs. And I mean, Pink Floyd were brilliant and reasonable enough to understand that, you know, their four faces on the front of a jacket, it would, well, look at the designs on Pink Floyd jackets. They're absolutely amazing. Dark Side of the Moon, Wish You Were Here and everything. And there's no art at all in that. It doesn't do justice to the music. Okay, I'll stop moaning about that. Otherwise somebody will be just saying I'm bitter. Let's have a look at the condition. Something there. I'm not sure about that. Some scuffs there. I think that should be okay. Yeah, I think that's all right. Well, that's not a bad one actually, is it? Yeah, notwithstanding my critique on the jacket design. Okay. That one's okay. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, the design on that jacket is fine. It's a nice sort of scene, you know, couple on the lake, and okay, so it's Beethoven Violin Concerto, Igor Ozim. So I mean, that's not a bad record. It must be a Philips recording. Yeah, Philips record product. I'm not going to check the condition because it will take too long. But yeah, that one's okay. Dvorak Cello Concerto, mono recording electronically reprocessed. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so that one's probably for the charity shop as well. But having said that, I've done a review on electronic Eclipses, and I found actually they sound quite reasonable. And if you've got a mono switch on your amplifier, why not? Here we are, Brahms Symphony Number 1. It says living stereo. Yeah. So it's an RCA Camden. It's obviously, Camden's like a budget label, isn't it? There must be a, and actually it says living stereo on the record. But I think you'll probably agree with me, that's not a bad record to have, you know, as a sort of random selection. It's even got a proper jacket, a proper inner sleeve. So that's Oslo Philharmonic. Yeah, so I mean that one's all right as well actually. Okay, this one's not too good. Tchaikovsky Number 5, Monteur. It's a mono, unfortunately. So, concert hall. That'll be for the charity shop. Yep. All right. Well, what about that then? Hi-Fit's Living Stereo. That's an SB. It's a Decca pressed RCA. I doubt if this is going to be in good condition. I mean, he'd have done his own work on this. Let's have a look. You know something? It looks all right. Well, what can I say? I mean, I think that's just, I don't know. I mean, why would he put that in the selection? It's stereo as well. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's in really good condition. It's Mendelssohn on one side, Prokofiev on the other. That is good actually. I mean, that was worth paying £10 just for that one alone. Okay, the jacket is tatty. I mean, the jacket is not good. You can see that, but still, you know, I mean, I would have thought that that is definitely worth having. What do you think? Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, we've got 1812 Overture, Fritz Reiner. Looks like a reissue of a living stereo. Yeah, well, maybe for the charity shop. Nielsen. Yeah, Nielsen, that's mono. I think there's a stereo of that. I'm not sure. There must be a stereo of that record. But even if there's not, I mean, it's only menuing, so that'll probably be for the charity shop. Brahms number 2, that looks interesting. Minneapolis Symphony Orchestra. Isn't that a Mercury recording with Dorati? I think it is. Stereo. Yeah, that one's all right. I'm pleased with that. Not doing too badly so far. Brahms, Krebers playing a Brahms violin concerto. I mean, I like that jacket. Lovely sort of English church and you know, the river. Actually, wait a minute, that's not English at all. What am I saying? Let's just see. It should tell you what that is. That's not a British looking church. It looks more sort of continental. I'm not sure, it doesn't say. But anyway, I like the jacket. I like the sort of that scene. I like the photograph. So there we are. Yeah, I'm pleased with that record. Dvorak violin concerto. That's Leningrad Philharmonic and David Oistrakh. So yeah, I mean, that one's all right, but it looks like a mono, isn't it? Made in the USSR. Yeah, that is a mono, but it's all right. There's possible just a mono of that one. Probably an early 60s recording. Elgar violin concerto with Zuckerman. It's okay, nothing special. Beethoven Symphony Number 5, and that's Krips and Kletsky. Krips is conducting Schubert's 8th, and Kletsky is conducting Beethoven Symphony Number 5, and that's a synchro stereo, so that one's all right as well. There we are. Bach works for lute. It's all right. Yeah, I mean, I've not got anything like that. Made in Germany, German pressing. Can't complain about that. Beethoven violin concerto. With who's playing the violin? Achilles Péchinet. Sounds French, doesn't it? I don't know that. Is it stereo or not? No, it's mono. It is mono. Yeah. It's mono. So, I don't know. Lyric, obviously a French label, which I don't really know much about. Segovia there. And he's playing some transcriptions. Stereo. Oh, that's all right. So, I mean, a lot of these just sort of fairly run-of-the-mill, but I think I've got a few good ones there. Bach, harpsichord recital with Waldemar Derling. I bet that's mono, but it doesn't really matter for something like harpsichord. Oh, it's actually stereo. Okay, and I've got 2 more to go. Bach organ music, that's electronically reprocessed. Fingers of Gold, guitar music with Juanilo de Alba. Yeah, so... Okay, and then the final one, Beethoven Variations. It's Maurice Cole, Variations on the original theme in F major, and 15 variations, etc. And yeah, that one looks all right. That's a Saga stereo. That one's all right as well. You know something, I think about half of these I'm really quite pleased with, and then the rest of them are probably for the charity shop, but I think that's worked out okay. What do you think? I think that's worked out just fine for me. I may try another random selection just to see, but I think I got lucky there, and you won't necessarily get lucky if you try it. But for what it's worth, I hope that you found that useful and interesting. Okay, Bye for now. I better go and test some of them out, especially that Mendelssohn High Fits. Bye for now.